大家好啊，今天给大家分享高善文的这个英文分享啊。高善文自从上次分享以后，在国内应该是被封了啊，傅鹏也被封了，但相比于傅鹏，高善文可能更加严重一点，因为他公开质疑了经济数据可能在造假。那在英文分享中呢，一些经济学家呢，也一个比一个敢说啊，比如大摩的邢自强啊，还有洪浩啊。然后我们看一看今天的这个高善文，他在英文分享中说了哪些啊？
Uh, Thank you, Guokai, for your introduction. It's my honor to have this opportunity to share some observations regarding China's economy. People around the world always wonder why China has been so slow and indecisive to stimulate the economy in the past 2 years. Besides data issues, the inherent contradictions deeply rooted in its economic management framework, which was first set up in 1994, have played a fundamental role. A clear understanding of these contradictions may contribute to better understanding of the policy choices and constraints. Generally speaking, I think 3 issues shall be noted as following. First of all, due to various structural changes, China's economic fluctuations have generally shifted from a previously easy to hit up, difficult to cool down model before 2008 to an easy to cool down and difficult to hit up model after the global financial crisis. Therefore, before 2008, the main objective of macroeconomic management was to curb economic overheating, with the main means being monetary tightening. However, on the conditions that the economy was easy to cool down, the main objective must be to boost demand. And against this background, monetary easing is less effective and insufficient. And therefore, fiscal policy has been forced to play a central role in macroeconomic management. However, due to long-standing historical reasons, China's public finance is highly fragmented, and the central government is very small, whose expenditure is even smaller than the budget deficit, accounting for roughly 14% of total government expenditure. Therefore, most of the administrative functions actually are being performed by local governments. Therefore, when counter-cyclical fiscal policies have to be executed, the central government naturally asks the local governments to do the policy. And here laid down the ground for misalignment of responsibilities and interests, paving possibly the way for the thereafter explosive growth of local government debt levels. Second, after 2008, because of sluggish growth in external demand and continuing rapid urbanization in China, real estate sector became an important driver and a key pillar for expanding aggregate demand. However, due to inherent drawbacks in the business model of property developers, and also some of the drawbacks in the regulatory regime regarding property sector, the real estate sector rapidly evolved into some quasi-financial institutions with the potential to create and expand credit. As real estate prices went up sharply, the regulatory bodies began to take measures to reduce risk exposure of the financial institutions, which forced the real estate industry to seek alternative financing channels, therefore further giving rise to a real estate-centered, highly opaque, highly frictional, and largely unregulated shadow financial system, which created significant loopholes and notable gaps in the highly unified and regulated financial system. Third, from the viewpoint of local governments, budget pressures from economic downturn, the requirements from the central government to do counter-cyclical expansion policies, and the desire of local governments to grow local economy have forced them to seek financing channels besides the more normal channel. At the same time, the rapid urbanization has created stronger demand for land, generating huge land sales revenues. Those factors combined together have spawned a shadow fiscal system centered on land transaction and land mortgage, which rapidly integrated with the real estate-centered shadow financial systems. Therefore, in China, in the years after the global financial crisis, we developed a shadow fiscal system and a shadow financial system, which lie largely beyond the monitoring and supervision of local legislature, the supervision of central government, and as I will mention below, also the supervision and monitoring of the financial market. From the viewpoint of the investors, they generally believe that the central government will ultimately bail out local governments. That's a so-called rigid payment belief, which created huge moral hazard problems and make the monitoring of financial market regarding local government debt and that of real estate sector could not work normally. As a result, since global financial crisis, China's debt level climbed up very rapidly along an unsustainable path to already a very dangerous high level, which alarmed the policymakers and the central government, pushing them to take measures to deleverage. Here, the dilemma emerges. When the economy encounters big headwinds, if the policymakers decide to stimulate the economy, the debt level may shoot up again. If they do nothing, the economy may fall into recession and deflation. Therefore, a systematic solution to reform the shadow fiscal system and shadow financial system must be done to systematically deleverage the economy while also smoothly manage the economy. However, given that the economy now is still struggling to absorb the hangover effects of the burst of the housing bubble and to a less extent the local government fiscal crisis, the task to reform the shadow banking system and the shadow fiscal systems is apparently very daunting and must be very time-consuming. Therefore, the central government is very indecisive to choose to stimulate the economy or to regulate and reform the system now. That's all. Thank you.
总结下来啥意思呢？意思就是分税制改革以后啊，钱大头被中央拿走了，但地方呢却承担了大部分政府的职能，导致地方债务过高啊，中央没啥债务，地方通过卖地呢筹集资金，但监管不力啊，导致这个债务有很多隐性的债务吧。这个时候呢，中央应该加杠杆去进行经济刺激，但中央优柔寡断吧，刺激力度也不够，导致现在经济半死不活，大概就是这个意思。好，这次分享呢就到这里，谢谢大家。